Behance is a place to upload projects and work in progress. Behance is a place where you connect with other creatives. Behance is a place where there are professional creatives and they are there to communicate with you. It's where people can comment on your work and send feedback. Usually I compare Behance to other known medias, and it works pretty well, so I will keep on doing that. Behance is both Messenger. Do you know what Messenger is? Familiar with that? Okay, you can send private message to other users, to other creatives. It's like Facebook. You can follow people, or Pinterest. You can follow people and people will follow back. You have your own profile. On your profile, you have a short presentation of who you are. I'm also very lazy, but you can write your experience if you want to. And I'm sorry this is taking like forever to upload. But while it does, unfortunately, I have slides to show, and I don't like showing slides. It's like going anticlimax. But in case we have problems with the internet, I can go to my slides. We have a profile with projects. We have seen Madeleine's project. We have work in progress, and I hope this is going to open so I can show you where they are. We have activities, discover, a page for our portfolio, which is something else. Here is where we choose to upload either project or work in progress. Behance is like Pinterest too. I used to compare Behance to Pinterest. Are you used with Pinterest? Do you use Pinterest? A lot of artists use Pinterest. They check a lot of inspiration. What's the fantastic thing about Pinterest? That everybody can upload and everybody uploads. You can pin, you can make your own collection. Please. Thank you. I can keep on talking. Usually, when you open your Behance for the first time, or let's start from the beginning. How do I create a portfolio? That is very easy. If you have an Adobe, do you say Adobe or Adobe? By the way, Adobe. Adobe. Okay, you say like me. Okay, you must have, or you can have, an Adobe ID. An Adobe ID is free. If you are on CC, it's the easiest way ever to get in. This is part of your Creative Clouds. You don't need to have the programs to have an Adobe ID. It's completely free, so get an Adobe ID if you want to be here. And Behance is for free if you are on the Creative Clouds. This is the Pro site is the name, and that is something you pay for, but if you are on the Creative Clouds, that is free. That's the difference, but this that I'm showing you, this is for free and this is for everybody, okay? It's a 4 steps process. It asks you your ID. It suggests you some people to follow that you can completely ignore and wait for the best moment to choose your favorite ones. It will ask you your location. It will place you somewhere in the world, and that's pretty much everything it asks you. And then lately it asks you to complete your profile, and you get a free page. And you can start following people. When you start following people and you open Behance, the first thing you see is the activity page, which is what I have in front of me. What do I see in the activity page is what the people I follow are doing and what the people I follow are liking, commenting, showing. And I learned 1 year ago, when we had the last review that if you have such a big ego that you can upload your project and like your own project, it will fall here and the people will see it. Usually you do not need to, because your network is very active. If you have people following you, they will look at what you're doing and they will get what you're doing in this page anyhow. And this is pretty much what's happening around me. There's a lot of everything, as you can see. I work with a lot of different things, so the people who follow me work with a lot of different things. It can be music, it can be illustration, it can be interaction design, really, really, really everything. And here you can open these projects, see how they work. Everybody has a different way to present a project. There's not a good way and a bad way to present a project. There's your way to present a project. If you work with vectors, as Madeleine does, it's a very good way to put your work in order. Like this is, usually I show your pinups, your project that you did for Playboy, which is gorgeous because it starts like, you can write a story. I was invited to do these things. You can create a small text, and this is my sketches, and this is how I work, and you just upload and chronologically show from how it started to how it ends. And it will appear here. Now I have to be critical right now. Every time I see other experts doing these, they tend to show their friends, and they tend to be very chauvinistic. They are always on my town, my friend, and this, and I don't like that. So I would just pick whatever around. Let's see what we have. This one. This is a girl from Russia, and I hope it opens now, showing portraits. You see? You can scroll down others' projects. Takes a while to upload, and I stay on the first one right now. And exactly as in Pinterest, I can like the project, like I can like it, and I can add to my own collection on my profile page. So here is where you gather your inspiration. This is your Pinterest page on Behance. And when I go back to my profile, you see I have collections here. So when I'm into the activities and I see what the people I follow are liking, using, commenting, I can pick those things I like the most and I can add them to a collection, and a collection is done here. And then I can open up, and here I found all the things that I liked, I don't know, that I saved, and it's your own page where you like things. So don't think about this as somewhere where you just upload your project. This is going to give you a lot of inspiration. Even the way they present the project, you probably do not add to your collection something just because you like it, but because you like how they show it. It's absolutely personal. If I go to the Discover page, because let's say probably in the beginning you do not have a lot of people to follow. We are many here, and I hope everyone is getting a Behance portfolio after the evening. But you can also search. And we are very different here. Maybe someone is a photographer, someone is a fashion stylist, someone is an illustrator, someone is in web publishing. And you can upload pretty much everything, but PDF. You cannot upload a PDF, but the rest, MP3, whatever. And you can embed files also. So if you have something in YouTube, you can put YouTube here too. if I go into the creative fields, here you can really get lost in the list of all that you have. This I don't get these slides, but you see you have these popular fields, and then you have everything in an alphabetical order, and it is really long. It's very hard not to find what you want to, and you can search like I did when I had this Behance, but the first and the second time. Yes.
Can you be in many creative fields at the same time?
One.
Can you be in many different
Yes, and that's the thing when you upload your projects. What you do here to be seen, because we said this is how do I get seen? It is very important when you upload your project, and I hope I have time to show you that. Every time you upload a project, you can personalize the content of the project. The layout looks the same for everybody, but when you click on the project, you can change the shape of that one. You can put the content on sale. There's a Creative Commons behind Behance. So you can sell things if you want to, and you can have it. This is something you can buy. This is something you can use. Everything. And the last step when you create a project is probably the most important part of it, is when you choose not the tags. You add the tags, of course, but it's the creative fields, because people and art directors will come here and they will write a location. They will find a field. Let's say I'm an art director and I'm searching for some very good illustrator. Okay, I get here. I search for illustrator. I search in Malmö, and you appear here. This is where the magic happens in Behance. This is where you have to think when you upload your project. And what your projects are is not important. Have you done for yourself? Have you done it for a client? Have you done that for a friend for free? Don't do that for free. If you've done something for it, you've been so kind once that you've done it for a friend for free. Don't write that, but show it. Show what you've done, and check what other creatives are doing, even in other fields. And try to be smart. When you have to choose 3 creative fields every time you upload something. I know we have a fashion designer, Mimi, in our public, in the audience, and so I refer, because I know she is into fashion, that probably uploading something here will be quite smart to put it into the fashion photography too, because what happens is that there might be fashion photographers looking around Malmö, and they look what other fashion photographers are doing, and all at once, poops, it appears a designer who's making very nice clothes here, and the photographer probably needs somebody for the book, for the portfolio, and wow, she's doing great things. I have a model, you have the clothes, let's make a project together. And this is absolutely how things work in Behance. And you should not be scared to show what you are learning. I'm learning to illustrate. This is my portfolio. Here you get everything. I am doing video, I'm doing music, I'm doing illustration. I started as a photographer, and then I became something more. And everything has a place here. What happens at times is that other creatives look at your work. And I'm learning to illustrate, and this girl from Turkey loved what I was doing, and she opened a team work. You can do that with your friends, you can do it with whoever else. This is a multiple owner. And you see her and me. she loved what I was doing as an illustrator, and she said, I don't give a, if you are new to illustration, I like that, let's do something together. And we made some illustrations together. So this is absolutely how things work. Now you don't have to be in Turkey to get somebody, but you get someone everywhere in the world. So just show whatever you have, and now I will show you that I'm really not afraid of anything. I'm sorry. Projects are a thing. It's a complete work that you have done. And people can send a comment, can like it, can add to a collection, exactly as you do that. Expect people to comment. Work in progress is, let's say you're stuck somewhere. You're working with something, and all at once you really do not know what to do about that. So you put your project here, and it's a series of different revisions. Illustrations mainly, JPEG. And you write, I'm stuck. And you can send it to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, if you have a profile, and ask people to help. Now, I'm not so insane that I shoot on my feet and show something as horrible as this illustration. But this is actually, if you look at my illustration, it's not Illustrator either. I work a lot with the mobile apps, Adobe's mobile apps. And I was beta testing a new app. And I was learning to use, or not learning how to use colors, and I was stuck somewhere. So I started a description of this illustration, and I had no idea what to do to make it look better. And I sent that to Twitter to get help. And this, who commented it, is the person behind the app, who saw that and said, wow, that's my app. Maybe I should go say something there. And this is a famous illustrator too. And it works. Artists are looking and are commenting, and it is priceless to get these people to look at your work. In case, let me close this shame. In case you want to send a negative feedback, use the messages. And I will not open that because there's a message that you do not want to know. And this little bell here is when new things are happening, like somebody's liking your project, somebody's following you, it appears there. And you have this page here to add your work. You can choose if it is a project or a work in progress. They are not the same thing. They live different lives. So here, where you need help, you go revision to revision to revision, and you get people helping you. I don't know how used you are to Adobe and the famous people around it. Anyone knows who this guy is? Have you seen him before? Follow him. If you get a profile in Behance, get to follow him. He's a very, very, very creative person. And as you can see, he's one of our evangelists at Adobe. The top 5 best in the world we have. And they represent the company. And he has work in progress. He too asks questions. And is the top 5 best in the world. They still have questions. So if anybody's wondering, is it professional to get out with something that is really not okay, and ask somebody who is there up in heaven, can I get feedback? Well, if they're doing that, we can do that. Notice these cool things here. There's job. There's job on Behance. Want to work somewhere? You don't need to send a curriculum, resume, or whatever. You send your Behance, and they look at your Behance. And here you can be whoever you want. As Madlena said, it's not important to have a lot of followers. It's important who you have around. And you can get people to help you very easily because you communicate to other social medias. When you create a work, you can send it to LinkedIn, you can send it to Facebook, you can send it to Twitter. So you can get people from the outside, and people can comment and like, even if they are not on Behance. A lot of art directors are looking at this one through the discover page. And you learn dramatically a lot. You can, as said, you can find work here, but don't stay on Behance. On Twitter, a lot of that promoted on Twitter. Marvel, anybody who know who Marvel is? Marvel Comics, heard about them before? Anything? They had a contest for students worldwide. A lot of the promotion went on Twitter. Young students, we want to create new superheroes. Help us. Put them on Behance. And actually, 4 in the world won a space Marvel, and they're working now creating their own superhero, and one of them is just by side. It's in Copenhagen. So Danish student won. Behance is incredibly democratic. Not so long ago, Behance has a blog, you can check these. Not so long ago, a 13 years old guy published a project on Behance. Pink Floyd saw this project and they liked one picture. And a 13 years old guy has a picture on a Pink Floyd cover. This is very democratic. All profiles look the same. It's just your content that matters. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who follows you. Well, it matters when you ask for suggestions. If you have somebody very creative helping you, it's giving you a lot. But it's not that hard because the best creatives in the world want to be on Behance. And you find them, and everybody starts to help. This is extremely polite media. There's a very high level of netiquette, let's say. This is pretty much, and without slides, pretty much everything I had to say about Behance. Going back to my profile, let me see if I forgot anything. Yeah, you have seen project that an illustrator in Turkey started with me. You can create your own team. If you find somebody in this room that you want to work with, get a profile and create your team. 3 steps. It's never more than 3-4 steps. Everything is really easy on Behance. The only difference is this portfolio thing. And here we are actually on a real website, pro site, which I don't have. I'm sorry, Adobe, I don't have it. I should promote that, but I don't have it. I have a website which is under construction, and it has been under construction for a long time. I have a lot of different websites, and the official one is like, at times I don't know who I am, and I'm going a step further, and I have Behance. I can keep on working here. I have blogs. I have other channels to use. So my official website is officially under construction, and it's not a big problem. I'm not good at selling me, that's true, but at times it's being on the right channel is enough. And being on Behance has helped me a lot to be seen. ProSite is a website that if you are on the Creative Cloud, you have for free. Otherwise, it costs something. I believe it's. Don't let me say things that I don't remember. But it has a fee if you're not subscriber for the Creative Clouds. And in that case, you build a real website. You have your URL. You choose your design. You upload your project. In case you need a website and you do not have, you get that there. But otherwise, this is where the magic happens, and this is for free. Questions?
Show her how easy it is to tag your project.
How to tag projects? Sure. I'm sorry, I didn't want to open my slides. See if I can get a full screen. I love blah blah blah. And 2012 it became Adobe. I was there before Behance was Adobe's, and it's a partnership they have. And probably that's why I talk about Behance all the time. And it was actually Madeleine who brought me there. It's my the first person I followed because she had something on Behance that I saw on Facebook, and I thought it was nice. It's the first person I have there. This is how you create a profile. I said it's a 4-step process. You sign up. It asks your Adobe ID, which is for free. You can get it. You actually absolutely don't need, but it's better if you are on CC. Followers suggest you to follow somebody. You don't need to do that if you don't want it, so you can do that later, and then you place yourself in Sweden in this case, and that is done. This is something that I've already shown you. Projects, creative fields. This is how you add a project. You have seen this button before in my page. Let's say we add a project. The first thing it would ask you to upload a file. It can be whatever. I have uploaded this picture. Was somebody here said, take a picture of someone you like, and I had Olimpelle in the background. And there is a series of icons, and every time you upload a file, and every icon has a meaning. As said, you can sell your things. You can add caption if I want to write this is Olimpelle from, which is the band? Hives, the Hives. I don't like this picture, actually I want to replace it, and the trash can if I don't like it.
Excuse me, what do you mean for sale? Is this like a marketplace?
Yes, you can sell your pictures. If it is on sale, you put a price and people can buy it.
And how much does it cost? I mean, always there is a commission.
Not that I know, actually, but we can check it. There's a Creative Commons behind that, so I suppose it goes through the Creative Commons.
No, I mean, like we put it on.
If Behance is taking something from that, I don't understand anything, but we can check that. Absolutely, something that I can check. And this is a list of all the things you can upload and embed eventually, Vimeo, YouTube, blah 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 blah. All of this. SoundCloud if you're a musician. As said, you can add text, describe what you're working with, make it personal. You have surely seen programs that works this way. You can personalize your design from every step to separate things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have dividers and spacing, and you can choose small different design. Background, you can change the background. I change it to blue, so it will, in my portfolio looks the same, but when I open the project, they will see that the background has another color. So you can personalize it. And this is the settings. This is what you mean. Cool. Creative fields, 3 here. And this is the part that will place your project in the Discover page and the creative fields. You tag, and you can tag as much as you want. A little bummer in this one. Let's say I put something in the digital art as a creative field. I cannot write digital art here. It will say that's a creative field. You cannot use it, but you can use a lot of different tags, and you can put the description of your project. You can add visibility, add themes if it's on a theme. Put extra info, say that is some, like Madeleine is working a lot with other companies. You can say, I did this project for Nike, for whoever, or for an agency, or for a school, like Malmö University. You can credit other people who are working with you. Here is the copyright and the Creative Commons. You can use not commercial, you can copy, you cannot copy, you cannot use my project if you don't put my name on the project, and so forth. The tools, it's not just Adobe. You can add whatever you used. Actually, you can add a camera. I took my picture with my Canon and put it there. And this thing is, I said, work in progress and projects are separate things. That can happen that a work in progress becomes project. So, hey, people who helped me with this work in progress, this is how it became. So you cannot do that the other way around, but you can connect your project to some work in progress you had. And in case, this is an American company, so in case, you have to mark that this is adult content. You can save changes and come back if you want to continue editing, or publish directly. And when you click on publish, it will ask you, should we publish this one in Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter too? And you have to activate, it's like every plugin, you have to activate it in other tools. A little bit of text, otherwise they're not slides. Another thing is that you can always check, if you look at your picture, your small avatar, there's a menu that you can use, and in that menu you have statistics, so you can give a look at how it goes, which of your projects are getting views, when, how much, comments, everything listed. So you have statistics too, which are good to check now and then. The Q&A is a wonderful, wonderful page. Check the forum, they answer a lot of questions too.